Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Hey guys, Stephen Apple from Apple Fortune, creating fortunes for the future. Thank you, Jesus Christ, for the Easter weekend as we celebrated. And thank you, Holy Ghost. Right now, we're at that perfect time of the year, Easter weekend. And today's date is the 10th of April 2023 here in New Zealand. And of course, New Zealand sees the first days of everybody in this world. So the time starts with New Zealand, of course, so here we go. Anyway, we're going to talk about mining one Bitcoin. And any Bitcoin apps that's offering these sort of opportunities, I do highly encourage. Join, make some investments or buy some investment contracts in it. But today we're just going to show you how to operate this particular one, mining one Bitcoin. But before we do that, I need you to sort of read, if you get into the website, just read what owner of the website is sort of making statements of where Bitcoin will be going into the future. It's good reading, and I do highly encourage read this first. Gives you an idea. Okay, now this is based on technology, and I'm going to give a little bit of hint on that area, and this is what I know. I mean, I'm not an expert, of course. I'm just a businessman who has found some of these incredible, absolutely incredible opportunities online. And mining Bitcoin or crypto, any crypto, is a wonderful opportunity in a lifetime. I don't know how long they're going to continue, but of course, you and I know, if you don't know, Bitcoin, we're only allowed, or it's only allowed to mine 21 million, and we're nearly to that stage with Bitcoin. There'll be no more. Now, of course, when there's no more things in life, and of course, this is currency, the demand for that Bitcoin, or the demand for that product is going to go sky high. So that's not what I say. That's just general because of human nature. When human nature kicks in, they want something because it's no longer available. They pay a high price for it. But more importantly, it's how you can get your fair share of any Bitcoin that's available before the cutoff date. Mining one Bitcoin, this particular app, will help you do that. And it's pretty simple. What you got to do is click on the link below this video, and of course subscribe to my video. Be most appreciative. To those people who have subscribed to my YouTube video, thank you so much. I love you. Have a great Easter, and I'm sure that if you continue following Mr. Ford's some of his ideas, you too will get into your fortunes in the future. That's why I call myself Alfred Fortunes, creating fortunes for the future, because we're literally creating fortunes for the future today, just by taking ideas, understanding what you can do in today can have that huge impact in the future. And that is very, very important, because if you don't start anything, trust me, nothing happens. But if you do start through something, even if you go through some brick wall or some losses or some barriers, don't give up. That's part of life. And in essence, take Mr. Ford's statement here. When something doesn't work at that point of time for you, it just means you need to be somewhere else. And everything that you may have poured into that particular circumstances at that point of time doesn't work. It doesn't mean it's dead. It's only dead because you say so. The great things about life, if you understand anything about Easter, remember this is Easter weekend. Jesus Christ died. 3 days later, was brought back to life. What does that tell you and I? Especially if you're a Christian man or person or woman or child. That means that anything we do in this lifetime, although it might look like it's dead, I guarantee you it can be resurrected. So if we're talking about finances, for example, and you might argue the point that you have lost a lot of money at this particular app or this particular investment process. Yes, only because you said so. Even though it doesn't show a good picture, say you're in a zero or in the red, you cannot see that as is. Sometimes that is just closed where you are at that point of time, so it can come up somewhere else. And that somewhere else is where you need to be. Because that somewhere else, you'll be surprised how much more money you're going to be generating from wherever that next place is or your next step. And that's the key to, people might call it positive thinking or optimism. Now, that's part of the process. But if you can take some of my encouragement, these are some of my own experiences also that I have experienced myself. That's why I'm teaching it. That although it might look dead now, you might have lost everything. It's not the end of the world. As long as you got breath on you, so long as you got a vision to say, nope, I have not lost anything. All it's done is that the Almighty God has closed that door and He's going to open up a bigger one somewhere else. And that's where you need to be, somewhere else, where that is going to come and bless you. And that's the most important thing. You got to understand that. And that's why I'm making these videos also to help you and encourage any of my fans to do the great things that I have achieved. I'm 64 years of age. I'm not saying I know everything, but what I have experienced out of the 64 years of age, I can share you some of my experience how to overcome it. I've overcome a lot of obstacles. One of it is just recently, I just got out of prison 8 months ago. I served a 7-year prison for something that I believed at the time I didn't do. I was totally set up to be in a system that I call today not prison, but a place of paradise. I've come out of that place not blaming anything. I came out far more enlightened, perhaps. I know a lot more things. I've seen a lot more things. In fact, I can testify. God showed me His face in a dream one day, and He said, "Son, that's me. That's Mr. God. Take my hand. We are going places." Now, if I can ignore that dream, and I say, "No, I have actually seen God." So you can see, I saw that in prison. Why did I see that in prison? Because to me, it was not a prison. It was my time to stay away from the real world so I could capture what the Almighty or what the universe has for me. And did I ever capture some of the most amazing things in my mind, if you wish, and I brought back into life with me. Now, I'm in real life after 7 years in prison, Victorian Australian prison. I have no qualm. I loved every moment being in prison, only because I saw things far greater than what I was there for. I didn't see prison as prison. So you can see, I see things slightly different than anybody else. That's why I'm going to teach you how to overcome obstacles to get to where you want to be. Okay? And I don't want to boast of my own success, but this is one that I was shown yesterday. And it came from the Holy Bible, from the reading of Psalm 111, chapter 24, 25. And it goes something like this. God's favor grant us great success. That's yesterday's. And there's a part of the Easter message, of course, that I can share with you. That what I'm going to share with you right now, it's very similar of what Jesus Christ has done. He died to save, people like you and I who believe. And at the end of the day, He's saving us for something greater. There is something greater that you can do in your lifetime. I'm doing it. That's why I'm sharing these moments with you. So if we come back to mining one Bitcoin, I just want to show you how to operate this machine. So please don't join it. You only join it if you got some cash to invest in it. And I'm going to show you the program, how it works. Once you join, but although I'm going to show you another website to compare prices, it's only because this particular one, and I'm showing you that anyway. This particular website shows exactly in dollar value where mining Bitcoin shows it that to us in Bitcoin value. So it can be a bit difficult to gauge if you're working with real money. With this one, I'm going to use this app to show you the real money, which is very similar and equivalent to what mining one Bitcoin is all about too. So let's get on with it. So I suggest get some money. I suggest save about $500, nothing less. So you can really see the impact, how much these mining apps can provide for you. And these apps and contracts only last for 30 days and 40 days, I think. Let me double check that for you. The contracts, some contract lasts for 30 days and some of the top one lasts for 40 days. So let me double check. Some other contracts, they do last up to about 40 days, I think. I think this one. Oh, here we go. This particular one, the last two top contracts, $20,000 investment and $50,000 lasts for 40 days. So you can make a little bit more money before the contract is over. So let's go back to where we were. Get some money, join, use my link down the bottom here to join Mine One Bitcoin, and you can buy one of these. So we're going to use gigahours as our basic principle because these numbers on the right here, the Bitcoin prices, can be a bit confusing. So I'm just going to use gigahours, GHS, to show us what you need to have. Let's work with, say, this particular one, 50,000 gigahours. Now we come back here and look for something that's closer to 50,000 gigahours. 50,000 gigahours, okay, very similar. It's between 30,000 here and 100,000 gigahours here, okay? So you're looking at these two contracts between there. Sorry, it is a bit confusing, but I need to try and explain it as best as I can how 60,000 gigahours getting closer to 100,000 gigawatt hours. That means you're getting closer to $1,000. Okay, let's work with this one. It's maybe a little bit easier. Let's work with something that's very similar to this particular one. Okay, 100,000 gigawatt hours. Makes it easier. Just say you come in and you buy this particular gigawatt hours. That's all you're going to look for. Now, the basic value of what that is, it's around about that price there, 1.1 Bitcoin. Now, let me calculate that for you. Change that to Bitcoin, yeah, and change these numbers to 0.1. Okay, that's about nearly $3,000. It's $2,800 in this particular case. Gives us an idea how much money you need to purchase a contract. If you understand this, if you just purchase that amount, which is equivalent to this is nearly equivalent to 2,800 US dollars to buy 0.1 at this time of Bitcoin's price. I know it's getting confusing, but bear with me. Which is very similar, like this one, 100 gigawatt hours, you're beginning up to that amount. More importantly, to understand also that your investment and you're getting 3 times the amount of your investment in 30 days. So it's an easy read contract, and this is not based on anything else. That's concrete. If you pay that amount of money to buy this particular contract for 30 days, that's exactly how much you're going to get at the end of the 30 days. But you collect this every day. It runs out after 30 days. But you can come in, join this particular one, pay that amount of money we saw here, and get you a contract in this area. But when I show you this, it's just to give you a bit of comparison in monetary terms. Okay? But the price might be a slightly bit different. Anyway, more importantly, you buy yourself a contract, lasts for 30 days. And once you have collected an extra 0.2 Bitcoin to add on to your original investment of 0.1, then you have made a profit of 0.2 Bitcoin. I suggest, this is my suggestion, this is an investment suggestion that it has to be made by you. But I teach it because you need to know it. Although you're going to put that investment in and you're going to make this extra 0.2 profit, try not to spend it. Because investment is a process. If you can, reinvest all that for the next month. Just pump it back in. Now, when you pump it back in, you'll be getting up to this category. You know, say you put the whole 0.3 back in, you'll be looking at this contract. And this contract, of course, work on the theory that your money will grow 3 times. It gives you an idea. If you keep growing it, it's amazing what you're going to be making. Can you see? If you reinvest all that. So total, you're going to be having, instead of 0.1, you'll be having 0.3 amount of investment for the next month. Then you sort of see the understanding what I'm getting here. So in 2 months, you would have cracked some of the big numbers, just reinvesting things that you really earn. So your initial investment, it's still, say for example, at that price there, 0.01, it's still this amount. It hasn't moved. All you'll be gaining is a lot more profits on top of what you have earned here. That's all you're going to be investing. And if you keep recycling it or keep reinvesting every 3 months or everything of it, you'd be surprised how much money you're going to be making. And if you can endure the hardship, maybe not buying the things you normally would buy, just to build up this bank account, for example, if you wish, you'd be surprised, say 6 months, get a calculator, calculate it, 3 months, you'll be doing really, really fine with the process. Then you can maybe start using some of the profits later. But of course, you just keep reinvesting this number, getting higher and higher all the time from all the profits. So if you commit to say 12 months, get a calculator, just use these basic numbers that I'm showing you now, and you can see exactly how much you're going to be earning. And that's the key. It's called an investment. This is a basic investment, not how much the Bitcoin price goes up and down. It doesn't affect this particular program. It doesn't affect it. All they do is mine you exactly what they say on this contract. No more, no less. It's exactly. And every day you come in and collect your profits. So if we go back into this example of showing you, just say, for example, if this is true, $2.8 thousand, you'll be collecting about $106 approximately, just approximately, every day for 30 days from this contract. It's just an idea I'm giving you, but the better calculation, get a calculator and just work it out between these two numbers. You pay that amount, you end up with that amount in 30 days later. And that's the wonderful thing. It's all been calculated for you. You don't have to think about it. Now, if you want proof, I'm going to show you proof why, how, and when it works, and how well it works. Okay, I've been using this app for quite a while now, maybe about 6 months, I think. In operation, it gives me all the things that I have done since I joined this mining app. Now, let me show you how much how much business I've done with this app. As you can see, the pages has added up to about 106 pages. That means there's a lot of action happening with this particular app of mine. This is just one app that I have, mining Bitcoin. That's all it does, mines Bitcoin. Now, if you consider how much business I've been doing with this app, 106 pages of it, and it tells you exactly what's been happening. Now, just recently, this is just today, I've taken that much out, I withdraw that much out. It's not much, but every day, like I said to you, I come in here, take it out. Now, that's based, let me show you where this based on, where that came from. Here we go. If you have a look here from my earning, and that's all my investment. Now, let's go and have a look at this number to show you. I haven't invested a lot in here, but I've been doing it sort of consistently, like every month. Now, let's take this number and use it. 00414. And as you can see, I've already invested about $120. That's nothing. That's peanuts, okay, in this mining app. And this lasts for 30 days, as I said, and it would be coming up to end of it pretty soon. Let me show you. Oh, hold on. Just to prove to you, yes, I have been making withdrawals, okay? That's the amount. This is today, 9th of April. Let's go down here and see some more withdrawals. Bring it up. Okay, here's another withdrawal here. That's worth 0.003. Get out of there. But it gives you an idea. It's been making me money. Everything that I've been putting in, I've been making money from this great app. This is no lie. This is no scam. It's real. I get this profit and I transfer it into my wallet every single day, only because it works. You don't have to, rethink of it. But if you are, beware of this. If you are going to invest substantial amount of money into the system, into this particular app, now that's my gigarounds, as you can see. They even give you a certificate to show you how much. And as you can see, I haven't got a lot in there. But anyway, let's go back to what we were talking about. Mining app, running miner, just to see how many days I got left. Here we go. I started this in March. I only got 5 more days before it expires. That means I got to pump some more money back in. Whether I put exactly that amount in or might move it up to say 0.005, whatever the case may be. But that gives you also a little bit of an idea. This, I think, mining one Bitcoin has been producing for me quite well. I've also got referrals, but the referrals they've been doing, but they have. Now, don't be one of these 63 people who just joins and don't do nothing with it. Join my recommendations and, just find some money and put into it. In order to be able to put money into these contracts or buy investment contracts from these mining apps, you've got to have a wallet, which is a crypto wallet or a cryptocurrency exchange where you have to put some real money into it, buys the coins and transfer them into this mining app. Now, if you haven't done so, there should be a link down the bottom of this page for you to join what is called a cryptocurrency bank, cryptocurrency exchange, the same thing. So join it where you can transfer your money from your bank into the crypto bank before the crypto bank can transfer it into mining what Bitcoin. Those are processes that needs to be done before you can start investing in Bitcoin. And of course, I can only sort of state also quite strongly, Bitcoin or cryptocurrency is here to stay and nobody's going to take it away. Even though there's a lot of speculations up and down, it's too strong for anybody or any government. And in fact, there are some countries and government who's already accepted cryptocurrencies as their common currency instead of their old currency. So you can see where things are starting to go. Even though the whole world hasn't changed to it, but we cannot stop it now. It's like the internet when it was introduced. In the beginning, people were humming, hiring about it, but the people who are really, really believers grow their internet business to what we see today. And of course, cryptocurrency is here with us. Get into it. I strongly you get into it. Why? This is another point I'm going to make. That's already written inside the program. It's called algorithm, logged into what it's called a blockchain. And blockchains are really just computers talking to each other, not human beings. Although it's us who's creating these transactions, but the computers are taking over and taking advantage of that area, that everything is done within the computer. So whenever I'm on my computer now talking about cryptocurrencies, computer is telling another computer, oh, Mr. Ford's doing another cryptocurrency video, time to promote it. That's one of the key, even though you may not be, say, involved monetary. But if you're promoting Bitcoin, trust me, computers has got what is called artificial intelligence, AI. And that's the key that's happening without you noticing behind computers. And it's nothing to be afraid of because we're talking about cryptocurrencies. And the more involved you are with cryptocurrencies, computers are going to promote you, not human beings, because the more productive you are and honest with what you do with cryptocurrencies, computers, which is already the program that the people has designed to recognize that and promote cryptocurrency fanatics, perhaps if you wish, or promoters or believers. And that's the beauty. What you got to do is do very similar to what I'm doing here and talk a lot about cryptocurrencies and learn a few things, how it works. And then computers will do the rest for you, because remember, all these things that I'm doing is based on computers or smartphone. And once I link it onto the Wi-Fi or internet, it goes viral. And that's when computer AI or blockchains kicks in and takes advantage of you. So I'm getting all the things that I'm getting only because I pour my heart and soul into it, even though I didn't know what I was doing in the beginning, but I learned through the processes of life. This is general. Just like any sport, you cannot be a good sports person unless you do a lot of practice. And it's in the practice that you become that special person of whatever field that you're in, whether it be in sport, business, or otherwise. It don't matter. Once we commit ourselves to that particular essence of life or whatever that is that you desire, and if you put a lot of practice to it, you'll be surprised what you can do. And it's no different to cryptocurrency. The more you do within the cryptocurrency arena, the more then you're getting promoted, because remember, it's not humans not going to promote you from these days using cryptocurrencies. It's the computers. So the more productive you are and honest with your dealings on the cryptocurrency arena and agendas, the more you're going to be promoted. And that's the beauty about it. You just got to get on and get started. And the more that I'm talking about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, the computers, I recognize that. Remember, we're in the age now of what is called a voice recognition and face recognition. But in this particular case, voice recognition. That's where AI or artificial intelligence kicks in and said, oh, okay. Stephen's talking a lot about cryptocurrencies and crypto and Bitcoin. Let's see where it takes you. And it's just computer, just like human beings. They love it when a lot more people promoting whatever that is. But like I said, this is all about cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. And the more I say those words into my computer and my recording, AI kicks in and it just goes wild. It just absolutely goes wild to promote me as a human being. It's just one of those productive people. I encourage you to do the same. Just copy my style forward, make some videos about what you're doing online. And the more you talk about it, the more you are being promoted by computers, just like human beings. If you stand before human beings and tell stories, those human beings starts to recognize you as a very productive and honest speaker or good speaker and promote you. No different than computers. And thank God for computers, of course, and thank God for cryptocurrencies, that we are at the, what I call also, at the time of the floodgates of glory. So if you are one of my fans, take some of my ideas and just apply them diligently. You don't have to apply it in cryptocurrency or Bitcoin. You can apply the principles in a different product, whatever that is that you want to desire. But if you are a person who love a bit of income in your extra income in your pocket or in your bank account, follow these principles, because I guarantee you will get paid. The only thing I can't guarantee you is how long Bitcoin mining one Bitcoin is going to go for. Maybe until they reach the 21 million Bitcoin that needs to be printed or mined, and we're getting close to that number. I think the last number I found was around about 19 million. I think it's already mined, so it's not much left to be mined. And my encouragement: get into some of these mining apps and get some for yourself. And if you've got a lot of cash in your pocket, don't be shy. And I tell you what, you're just going to pump the extra cash that you have into a rocket booster. If you, meaning buy some contract. If you're a rich person, don't be stingy. Come down here and buy yourself one of these two top ones. And if you don't like these ones, if it's not your type of thing with, say, Bitcoin, you can certainly buy some with Litecoin. This is Litecoin. And Litecoin gives you a 40-day contract if you want to purchase, say, a $20,000 contract or $50,000 contract. And I have worked this out. In 40 days, your 50,000 will be around about $140,000 worth. So there's a lot of money to be made, as you can see. That's your daily income from your 50,000. So if you apply this very similar sort of understanding down here, 5 million gigahours, if you have a similar sort of attitude, these sort of offers a similar sort of return. So if you have a bit of cash in your bank, don't be shy. And the only other warning I will offer you before you do decide to pump anything more than $1,000, for example here, even at $1,000 level, if you're thinking of $1,000 up, do contact owners. There we go. In this particular case, click on there, contact. Then this one, very similar, contact the owners or the people who owns this. You need to hear from them. Let them know what your intention is, because remember, you're going to pour a little bit of money into their pocket. And when they do, you need to make sure that they're going to honor what they say they're going to pay you in accordance with these contracts, like I showed you. So that's very important. If you're going to pour a bit of money, more than $1,000 into these, make sure you talk to these people and say, can I get my profits out when you're ready to take it out? Make sure you talk to them in that degree so they know they're talking to a real person, not just anybody who are dreamers, but don't do nothing. And that's another caution. So if you do come to buy some of these high product contract with Bitcoin, mining one Bitcoin, please make sure get on to contacting the people first before you even consider, because I don't want you to have any issues with this mining app because of your high income. But because I'm only doing small incomes, I have no issues. As you saw, I think mine was only nearly $120 worth. And every month I keep growing that amount. And the reason being also, because not many people can afford to be able to buy these things. Some people are just scared and don't want to put any money into it. As I have confirmed and shown you, I have been taking out withdrawals, and that's enough for me. I don't need to convince you. I'm just showing you what's happening with me. As you can see, just today, I just made another withdrawal. It's not a lot, but every day I come in, and I do enjoy, oh my God, do I ever enjoy taking some money out of these every day. It's a feeling. And when you grasp that feeling of collecting something every day, it's like you going outside and picking some freshly ripe, what's called tomatoes. It's very similar. You're looking forward to coming in and harvesting a little bit of it. And when you get that momentum, can you imagine then, just imagine, if you're really, really up in the high bracket end of these investment processes, you'll be coming in, no, let's not only use that one because we don't show any real numbers, you'll be coming in to collect this amount of money. Say, for example, you invest this 50,000 or 20,000. These are the money you're coming to collect every day. Now, consider this. Some people have to wait a whole week or work 2 weeks to get this amount of money, where you can come in every day and just collect. In this case, 40 days. If you don't have that sort of money, I mean, nothing wrong with joining the smaller bracket and begin your journey. But I suggest and strongly advise, when you start small, do not spend all your investment. Just keep every 30 days, reinvest everything back in to grow from, say, $30 up to 300 up to 1,000. You just keep growing it. The next minute you'll be up to this area. When you're up to this area, you know you have made it. And the only next goal is, next 30 days, see if we can reach 10,000. But just reinvesting everything. Don't spend a single cent. Because like I said, if you only spend this much in the beginning, you haven't really put a lot of money into it. And if you put that money into it, it's nothing. If you just keep reinvesting, you just need patience and repetitive. Just keep repeating it every day. Every single money that you make from this app, shove it back into the system just to keep growing. And imagine, say, 12 months time, and you only started from here. This initial 300, but because you keep reinvesting everything, maybe the next 12 months you could be up here, $50,000 already invested. You're collecting that much, and every month, according to my calculations for 40 days, that's $140,000 every single month. That'd be a great income, wouldn't it? Take my word for it. They work. But before you do any of these high investment process, work with the owners of the app. Don't just do it. Work with them, and you'll be surprised how good things are in the investment world, especially in cryptocurrencies. And of course, in this case, we are promoting Bitcoin mining, one Bitcoin. This app is called Litecoin Auto Mining, just to give you a bit of understanding, real dollars, how things work. Okay, but I do encourage you, if you've got a bit of money, come into this one, because it lasts 40 days instead of, say, for example, this baby only lasts for 30 days. There's nothing wrong with it. It just depends whether you like Bitcoin or Bitcoin. But if you do the both of them, the amount of money we generate is enormous. So say, for example, you join this one, just use these Bitcoin numbers to give you an idea. Just say 10 Bitcoin. Let's work that out for you to give an idea. 10 Bitcoin is worth $288,000 you'd be investing. So if you have that sort of cash, hey, who can argue with you? Just take the opportunity, Mr. Ford has shown you. Have some faith. Work with the owner. Say you're going to invest this amount of money and look forward for your extra 30 Bitcoins. Now, we're already giving you the amount you invest. At the end of the 30 days, 3 times the amount. So you can certainly make a lot of money leaving your money there. You don't have to do anything, and every day you come and collect. Very similar like here. Only Litecoin's a bit cheaper, but mining Bitcoin a bit more expensive. But you can certainly enjoy passive monthly income. And again, this is Stephen Arford from Arford Fortune. Have a great, great, great Easter. Remember that the Easter has a meaning. Whether you believe it or not, that's your own problem. It's already been recorded in history. You don't need a lot of evidence to read what happened in history. Happened. Okay? Jesus Christ said he will die on the cross, which he did. I didn't need to see it. I just need to believe it, because the stories of the history has been foretold of what had actually happened. And his purpose, he said, was he'll die for our sins, the wrongs we do. So the wrongs I do, I don't really care, because my God has died for me. But I got to avoid doing the wrongs. That's a different thing altogether. And of course, one of the major reason of Easter is the resurrection. Resurrection, if you understand anything like Buddha, it's called reincarnation. You don't want to be reincarnated as a dog or an ant or a snake. You want to be reincarnated, called resurrected, as a human being. You become a human being. But if you like the animals, hey, that's your thing. But the resurrection allows us to come back to life and have some great things in life. And anything that you might think you might have lost, for example, the power of the resurrection, bring that back up to life. So if you lost money, say in investing, you only lost it because you think you have lost it. You haven't gone the next door. One door closed, a bigger one's open. See, with the bigger one opens, all those things that was on here in the smaller door will appear up here in the bigger door. See, can't lose. You can't lose in these systems. You only lose when you think you're lost. When you say, I haven't lost anything, I'm just going to go and look for where it is now. It's been shifted. Power of the resurrection. Anyway, Stephen Arford from Arford Fortunes, we love you. God loves you. We'll see you in my next video. Bye for now.